Hello, and welcome to the latest edition of In Our House. First, a new machine has been invented to help get chewing gum off the floor.
Yes, and AJ went to investigate.
Now, we all know that chewing gum is a struggle to get off the pavements and streets of our local cities. So as a part of Clean for the Queen, we are going to clean up in Victoria Square. So here with me is Neil Maddox. He runs the company that makes these machines. So can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, the machine is manufactured in Bromsgrove, UK manufactured. The machine, the way it works is it heats up the chewing gum to over 90 degrees so it's pliable like what's in your mouth. That allows a sugar beet based detergent to break the enzymes down within the chewing gum and dissolve it away. So there's no need for collecting the chewing gum up after, which is very, very environmentally friendly, pH neutral. The machines run for 8 hours, consistent use. They're battery operated, and they use a propane and butane mix of gas that heats the chewing gum up, or the chewing gum solution that allows the chewing gum to be heated.
Oh. So how long exactly will it take to collect the minimum amount of chewing gum?
It takes between 5 and 10 seconds to dissolve a piece of chewing gum away, depending on the temperature outside. Obviously in the summer the chewing gum's already halfway there, it's already warm, so it doesn't take as long. In the winter it does take a little bit longer. But yeah, about 5 or 10 seconds to remove one piece of gum.
How long will this project take?
We're working on Victoria Square. We have volunteers here, and we're here till probably about 4 or 5 hours today. To do the whole square, I reckon probably 2 days, and that will remove all the chewing gum from Victoria Square.
What do you think could be done to prevent this from happening in the future?
The chewing gum manufacturers are trying to design the chewing gum so it doesn't stick so easily. It takes about 6 months, I believe, for the chewing gum to become sticky onto the concrete or floor. They have been saying that this will be done, but I've heard this over about the last 5 years, and nothing's still been done about it. So.
Thank you, Neil, for telling us about these machines. I might as well have a go myself. This is AJ Lindo, TNT News in Birmingham.
Meanwhile, another clean-up has been taking place, this one on a canal side. I'm at the corner of Northbrook Street and Dudley Road, almost opposite the famous Dudley Road Hospital. And this site here on the canal bank has been designated as one of the top grot spots in the country. So the clean-up for the Queen is taking place here, with the help of the Canal and Rivers Trust, Keep Britain Tidy Group and also the local Residents Association. So with me here on the canal bank is Richard from Keep Britain Tidy. So tell me about this Clean for the Queen project.
So it was actually the initiative from one very passionate lady called Melissa Murdoch, who pulled together a group of stakeholders, including ourselves as the litter charity for the nation. And after a series of meetings, as ever, these things come together. And before you know it, within a couple of months, we've got hundreds of schools, hundreds of local authorities, thousands of community groups, hundreds of thousands of volunteers, including the people we see here today, out in the country, clearing up litter. Because people are absolutely sick to death of living in a country that's actually covered in litter.
What do you say to critics who say, why are you doing this? People have paid their council tax, why aren't the council doing this?
It costs about £1 billion every year for local authorities to clean up litter. I don't really care whether it's a time of austerity or a time of plenty. I'd rather not spend £1 billion on clearing up litter, when we could spend that on social care, we could spend that on parks, we could spend it on nurses and hospitals. So I don't buy that argument at all. I think what we need to do is actually take a good long look at ourselves in this country and say, actually, we're fed up living in a rubbish dump. Litter, it's not a victimless crime. The RSPCA gets 7,000 reports of wildlife injured by litter every year. Domestic pets are injured by litter. Nobody likes living in littered environments. Actually, the poorest people in this country are more often the ones who live in areas surrounded by litter. So it's an issue of social justice as well. And this big campaign today, you know, millions of passionate people giving up a few hours to clean up the country just shows that there's a real movement for change. People want to do something about this problem.
So tell me a little bit about the people that are here today. There seems to be quite a range of people.
Yeah, we've got a really good mix. So it's myself and my colleague Louise from Keep Britain Tidy. We've got people from the Canal and River Trust who own this stretch of canal bank. We've got people from the local residents association. We've got people from Sandwell Council. We've got community volunteers. We had local councillors this morning. So it's a really good mix of the sort of the professionals, ourselves as a campaigning charity, and the people who live here, of course, for whom this is the most important aspect of it, because they're the ones who actually want to get a grip of this and turn this into somewhere that they're proud to live in.
This is Norman Bartlam talking rubbish as usual on the canal bank at Northbrook Street.
And now for this week's creature feature. Me and Josh went along to see some alpacas at the NEC Pet Show. I've heard of alpacas. They're the spitting image of llamas, you know.
Behind me are alpacas Orlando, Basil, Zircon and Blitzen. Their average height is 81 to 99 centimetres and their weight is usually 48 to 84 kilograms. They usually live between 18 to 25 years and their version of talking is humming. They only spit at other alpacas and it's only when they're rude to them or annoy them. Alpaca fleece has no lanolin and it's not itchy, it's water resistant and comes in many colours, so it's very exclusive. They're ancient animals from South America. A person's wealth was measured by alpacas. Usually, the more alpacas that they had meant that they were more wealthy. They eat grass and weeds, but they do like apples as a special treat. The females are a lot more grumpy when they are pregnant, and they are pregnant for 11 and a half months, which is longer than humans.
So how do you look after alpacas?
Well, really they don't take very much looking after at all. They spend all their time outside. In the winter we feed them a bit of hay, some dried grass with all the nutrients and a really, really small amount of nutrient-filled grain. Other than that, they love apples, which is like their special treat. So that's it really.
And can they live with any other animals?
These guys live with miniature Shetland ponies, they live with sheep, they live with chickens, they've got the dogs running around, so they're a really, really good herd animal, live with lots of different creatures and sort of just get on with farm life.
And do they ever get scared easily?
Loud bangs, but usually they're the ones that scare off other things, so they like to scare the foxes away from the chickens, which is really good.
So what about the wool then?
So the wool can be spun into like knitting wool, and you can use it to make things like sleeping bags, pillowcases, clothing, and it's really good because unlike lamb's wool, it's not itchy and it's water resistant, so you can go out in the rain and you won't get soaking wet.
Oh, that's really good, because if I feel it here, it's so soft.
It's really, really soft and lovely. It's a really long process to get it from this, when it comes straight off the alpacas, into something that you can wear or sleep on.
Because I don't generally see in the stores like clothing with alpaca wool.
No, it was part of the idea of it being really expensive. So because it's quite a timely process, it means it adds to the cost, which means that if you, again going back to prove, if you have alpaca clothing, you were seen to be very wealthy. So it's a status symbol.
So is it mostly just private shops that
sell? So all those independent little wool shops, they will often carry alpaca wool rather than the chain stores that tend not to do so. It's really soft.
It feels like I could just jump into here. It's really soft. There's like that's right.
It's a lot softer than wool as well. And where do they live naturally?
So they're originally from South America. In the sort of olden times, families' wealth was judged on how many alpacas they had. So the more alpacas you had, the richer you were. So it was a sort of a wealth symbol
So they've been along for a long time.
Yes, they have been. So South America was where it was sort of bred, and then they've been imported over to Europe and England.
Yeah, and they're very popular.
They are very popular. They're growing in popularity, so you start to see alpaca farms spread up all over England, and small holdings like ours with alpacas as pets.
And do they help humans in any way because they're so popular?
They're really very therapeutic because you can't really have any sudden movements around them. You can't be very loud. It means that you've got to keep yourself quite calm, quite sort of slow movements. It helps you calm down and sort of enjoy being with them, but also relax yourself.
And they don't mind being petted, or
they don't like being stroked on the top of their heads because they can't see your hands going across. But Basil absolutely adores having his neck scratched and likes a bit of fuss. So
thank you.
No problem.
Now for something completely different. A bit of magic.
Here's our special guest, Charlie Thomas the Magician. So, Charlie, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, my name is Charlie Thomas. I am 16 and I started magic when I was 11. I got inspired by the magician Dynamo. His first trick that I saw was when he put his hand through the glass, and that really mesmerised me, and I saw the reactions from people and I really wanted to be a part of it. So I'm just here today to show you all some tricks, and I hope you will like it. Okay, and this one is an escape, okay? I hope you enjoy it. Okay? Okay, so I've got a rope right here, okay? I'll put it through my legs. And can you take both ends? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and can you crisscross it together? So, yep. And I'll put my wrists, sleeves up, into here. Can you pull? That's right. Like that. Put right here. And can you both tie a knot? Okay, so. Yep. Just tie around. And pull. That's right. And do one more knot to make sure it's. That's it. Yeah. There. And there we go. Okay, so I am stuck inside of this rope, right? So can you grab my jacket? Okay. Right there. And can you put it around my wrists? So just. Yep. That's right. Okay, guys, I'm going to attempt to escape from this. Okay, it's very difficult to do. Okay, can you take it off and show I'm still stuck inside the ropes? That's right. So I'm still stuck inside the ropes. I can't get out. All right. So can you put it back on? Okay, guys, it's very difficult to do, but I'll try and do it. All right. Okay, it's very difficult to do. Okay, put it back up. That's it, there we go, so I'm still stuck, right? Now one more time and I'll get out of here, alright? Okay? Okay guys, because this is actually very difficult, right? But now I just need to stand up. I'm all ready. Out. And that's magic. So this is one more thing that you can do at home. Okay then guys, I want you to put the side of your foot against the wall, like this. Yeah. And that's it. And put your cheek against the wall as well, like this. Okay, that's it. Now, try and pick up your foot. Try and lift up the foot, which is not on the wall. Okay.
Okay. It's impossible to do it, isn't it?
But you can barely bring it up.
Okay then guys, so this here isn't magic, but it's something that anybody can do, alright? Okay then guys, okay, I want you to hold onto your trouser legs, okay, and can you pull out as tight as you possibly can, okay, for about 20 seconds, as tight as you possibly can, use all of your strength, okay?
Keep talking.
Okay, so keep pulling and pulling, okay then, now can you let go and your arms will rise on their own. Your arms are going to rise on their own. Now then guys, you can try this at home, okay? This isn't magic, but anybody can do it.
Wait, you just goes up on its... So your arms just go up on themselves and it's just really weird.
So that's something you can try at home. And now for this week's spelling mistake. 3 estimates on vacuum cleaners and microwaves. It should be microwaves. That's a small micro mistake. You mean Mirko mistake? And now, this week's mystery picture. So, as you can see, we have some silver and orange cladding on this building here, and it looks like quite a big stall. Refreshments bar. So it might be quite a big place. And yeah, I'm guessing you go on a day out there.
What's this? This here, challenge.
Kind of looks
that
like
might be
garden.
a clue.
Yeah.
Oh look, this thing that says challenge is like a clue or something.
Yeah. And here are some clues. This week's mystery picture. And now this. And now the bit that nobody's been waiting for, the jokes. I'll come back later.
What do you call a fake noodle?
I don't know. What do you call a fake noodle?
An impasta.
What do you call a woman with a toilet on her head? Lulu. What do you call an alien who eats too much cheese, egg yolks and animal fat and extra cholesterol?
What's brown and sticky? A brown stick.
After the new release of a Star Wars episode and another yet to come, it is pretty much all in the news, and a main protagonist of this series is R2-D2.
And we've met a man who's used this iconic figure to encourage people to do more recycling.
He's made an R2 Junk 2.
Oh, Junk 2.
I get it.
Well, this project began probably about 12 months ago now. I always wanted to make an R2-D2. I thought I'd just make it out of recycled material, and that's where the story began. Everybody's grasped what R2 Junk 2 means, that you know, the things that we throw away every day, with a bit of creativity, you can make something which is stood here now. So, and there's lots of great people out there that do things with junk, art and stuff like that, that never get really noticed.
And doing something like this has obviously brought it to people's attention.
Oh, definitely. I think people have bonded to things, and especially seen R2 Junk 2, and they've sat down and gone, well, I chucked a lawnmower out the other day down the tip, but if I just crossed the road, I could have got another component for it or something like that. Or, you know, people have made sculptures out of iron and tyres and all sorts. So it's about the next generation, I suppose. What you can do with things instead of it going to landfill.
You also feel quite passionate about it.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, you've only got to look around this place and you actually realise what people throw away. And 95% of him is made out of stuff that people have thrown away.
Brilliant. So let's have a look then and see if we can work out what all the bits are and what they were on.
Okay.
So this is what it's all about then, this magnificent piece of work. So come and tell us a little bit about what's in it then.
Sure. You probably won't notice from a distance, but all of it is recycled material. Something that someone has thrown out, put in a skip, and obviously, you know, I've asked permission if I could have those bits, and then I've utilised them. Some of the main components that you probably won't recognise is that his main head is made out of 2 bullet bin lids that are made out of plastic.
Oh, right.
These telescopic parts are actually from hose extensions.
Oh yeah, you put it on your hose, yeah.
Yeah. For watering your hanging basket.
Yeah.
And the big one is that you'd probably never recognise is underneath, and that is actually the front door of a tumble dryer. Then we have lots of other different little bits. These power couplings here are actually shower hose, and I don't know if you can get it from this angle, but these 2 arm joints are actually LED lights.
Oh yes, I see that. I recognise that.
You just stick in your wardrobe.
Yeah.
And his whole body, this circular bit, is made out of one piece of material with no other bits stuck on, all out of the same piece of material, which is something like this.
Yeah.
Other components include printer cartridges, MDF, bits and bobs, and
where's the printer cartridge? Can you see any?
Yeah, there's a part of it there.
Oh yeah.
On either leg, and here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And these are actually BMX stump pegs that you put on the back of a BMX.
Brilliant.
I don't want to give too much away, but just to prove that I'm not lying.
Oh, there we go.
There's no electronics whatsoever. This is basically a bullet bin lid of a plastic bin. This component here that lights that front light is a bike light. So is this one, which you can actually, like any bike light, just put on random settings. Then on the back end, this LCD display that flashes erratically in sequence is actually another bike light which goes on the spoke of your rear wheel, and you just press a button and you can put it on different settings.
And you've decorated it all as well, haven't you, with these dark blue patterns all around it?
Yeah.
What is that then?
Well, basically all these different segments that make up R2's characteristics are actually bathroom lino.
Right, so this is the finished thing then. So hopefully this will inspire adults and children as well, won't it, to think about their environment for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole idea of making him was that, you know, he's such a lovable, iconic character that everyone just adores him, just seeing him from a distance, whether he's a piece of art like this or the real thing. Obviously this is far from the real thing, but it gives that inspiration and creativity in people and children to make something and think about things differently in the environment, their creativity, and not saying I can't do something, but you can, and make something that no one's seen before. And there's nothing that you can't do if you just keep trying at it.
That's fantastic. Thanks for showing us this. Really enjoyed it. I hope people have got lots of inspiration from this. I just wonder what R2 Junk 2 would think about it.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think he approves.
That's it from In Our House from TNT News. Thanks for watching.